Hey, it's Chantel Girardi here from Online Business Marketing. And today I'm going to be talking to you about how to sell face-to-face. In fact, 4 effective techniques that can make a big difference in you closing deals and building long-term customers whilst actually selling face-to-face. Earlier with this lovely crew, I was just saying that sometimes we can hide behind a computer and behind social media. And sometimes we can actually just be over-absorbed with it or over-reliant on it. And we forget about the importance of actually selling face-to-face. So in today's Sales Fest, for the VIPs that are part of our VIP Mastermind audience who come every week and listen to these videos live, they get the opportunity today to sell to each other, to practice their pitch, to practice how they communicate, to practice clarity in their offer, and to not only just sell, but ask for connections to podcasts, to people who may be interested in their services or products. So I'm really excited about that today because, this is a great opportunity for everyone. But for our online audience that are watching these recorded YouTube videos, today I'll be sharing with you how to sell face-to-face, 4 effective techniques. So firstly, one of the most important things is you have to build rapport, you have to build trust. And I always say this, consider why you. Why must they choose what? Why must they choose you? So let's use Leah's business as an example. She sells candles. Why must they choose Leah to buy from when they can get candles at Pillow Talk? Okay? Like, why? Why you? So building rapport with someone and establishing trust is really important. And it's exceptionally crucial for face-to-face. So begin by greeting a person warmly and engaging in friendly conversation to create a comfortable atmosphere first. Then listen. This was something I always struggle with because I'm more of a talker than a listener. So something I had to learn to do was that allow someone to actually talk and listen. And sometimes I actually repeat what they're saying in my head because I feel like I'm talking. Or I write notes. I know I'm that person. But listen attentively and show genuine interest in what it is that they are selling. And of course, feel free to ask questions. And by all means, talk to the person, meaning that, we've discussed personal profiling. Some people are D's, I's, S's, or C's. Some people are more visual, kinesthetic, or auditory. It's important that when you are listening to those people that you consider those factors so that you can actually talk to them in their language rather than your own language. Because else what happens, you'll just be talking at them rather than talking with them. So number 2 is you have to just demonstrate the product's value. So again, if I use the candles as an example, Leah's candles, like why those candles when you can go and buy, I don't know, what's that fancy, what are they, Tiger Lily candles or something else? Why buy Leah's candles? Sorry, Tiger Grass.
Or Glass House.
Glass house candles. Like why must you buy Leah's? So you have to explain the value in your product so they choose your product, choose you, and then choose your product over everyone else's. So you have to demonstrate the value of the product, either by visuals, samples, demonstrations, but you have to showcase the features. I always talk about the points of differences or the unique selling points. And you have to highlight it from the positioning of how it solves the problem for that person. So if you've done a good job in number 1 and you've actually listened, if that person is talking about, you've listened to that person and they have said that they have got sensitive smell, then you're going to focus on the aspect of your product that solves that problem. Okay? Because it's when we start talking to them just about everything that we lose them. But if we've done a good job at listening, we can just solve the problem that they were talking about initially. Okay, going to be a bit difficult for our live audience today because they are just going to pitch straight up. So if you are unsure of what they are pitching, it is important that you ask those questions, and it is good feedback for our audience as well. So number 3 is address objections and overcome resistance. So it's really important not to dismiss an objection or even see it as an objection, especially your steady people. They're going to want to ask more questions before they make a buying decision. So it is important to not disrespect the process that they need to go through in order to buy something.
Sorry, what was that? Address objections and overcome
resistance.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you think about those steadies, right, there's resistance to change for the steady people. So we don't want to disrespect their buying process, and we want to answer those questions respectfully. And you're going to know that because you've done number 1 and you've done number 2. So you should already know, what type of personality they are so that you can adjust the way that you communicate to them. So for Sheridan, who is joining us for the first time today in the live VIP mastermind, you can actually watch the training that we've done on that on the website under free resources, under blogs. The previous recording and training is on that, on the DISC profiling system and sales communication for everyone. So we have to listen to their concerns. We have to empathize with their perspective, no matter how crazy sometimes you think it may be. And you have to be prepared with well thought out responses. So if you want to be a professional in what you do, you have to be able to handle objections, and you have to be able to be on the ready to be able to communicate better. So you've got to also be able to anticipate common problems. And this is why I always say, keep a frequently asked question sheet next to you so that every time someone asks you a question, put that on the frequently asked page, because chances are if it keeps coming up, it means you're not communicating that in your sales copy and in your messaging and in your marketing. So you want to be ready to answer those frequently asked questions. And you have to know how to be persuasive, okay, in counter arguments. So by addressing these, you can overcome resistance and move closer to a successful sale. So number 4 is closing the deal, and my favorite F word, following up, okay? Because we all know that some people may not buy here today. It doesn't mean that they're not interested. They are hot. In fact, some of them might be very hot. They might just not be showing you because they're scared of making a sale. Or, they're a steady or they're a process person, so they need another process, or they're a steady person, they've got to go down the line a bit more. And if they're an I person, they're just going to need to know what's in it for them a little bit more. So if they're not ready to buy right now, if you don't follow up on them, they're not likely to engage your services. I'll use Sheridan as an example. I think I probably followed up 2 or 3 times to make sure that I booked the call in, was able to have a conversation with her. After our conversation, I had another conversation. We had text messages. We had more calls before signing up. And that's a process, and that's okay. So many people go, I'm just going to go look for new people. I'm just going to look for new cold people, hoping that they're going to be Ds and they're going to make a decision straight away. But remember that there's I's, C's, and S's as well. So close and follow up. Closing the deal is obviously the ultimate objective. And once you've shown value and you've addressed the objections, you need to be able to confidently ask for the sale. And it's really important to keep your tone level when you ask for the sale, that you don't suddenly speed up or your pitch changes and you go, so do you want to buy it? It's $3. Or it's $3, and you start twitching. Really important that when you do ask for the sale, that you keep your tone the same, you keep the pitch the same as well. So use confident and assertive language, because if they don't think that you're confident in your product, why should they be confident in your product? Something I learned was don't pause and just keep going. Offer incentives, for example, a limited time discount or a bonus or a sense of urgency. So today for our live audience, I would encourage them to say, if anybody signs up today at this call, I'm going to give you this extra. So always consider a fast action bonus. So recently we had somebody who presented on one of our masterminds, and they said to me, they didn't make any sales, but they got lots and lots of inquiries. And I said, well, how did you follow up? Oh, we didn't. Did you have a link for them to buy straight away? No, I didn't. Did you have a special offer that expired after a certain time? Well, no. So really, really important to make sure that you have that sense of urgency there. If the sale is not closed immediately, which can happen, and that's okay, it is important to follow up. So if somebody has expressed interest, or if somebody has said to you today that I really know someone that I can connect you to that I think can help you with that. If I actually have a rule now, it's my spoken rule. If I go to networking groups, or if I do an online webinar, or if I do an online networking or masterclass, I allocate half an hour afterwards to email, text, or Facebook message any warm people, any warm leads. Thank you so much for that connection. I'm looking forward to you sending that through to me. Thanks so much. You were interested in this product. Here is that link. Let me know if you don't have any questions. And then I will make sure that within the next day, I go and follow up on those people. Again, whether or not it's a text message or another message to say, look, are you still interested? That bonus is expiring. Okay. And obviously throw some value in there. So it really is in the follow-up. It's in the follow-up. It's in the follow-through. And we're now, since November last year, since the looming recession, follow-ups are now around 12. Okay. Around 12. So I have a rule that I do 5. Okay. I track my first 5. I track them and I make sure that they're not 10 weeks apart, because a person gets cold every 24 hours that goes. They get busy. They get consumed with other stuff. They have new offers placed in front of them. You know, another Groupon pitches up or another free event comes, and they suddenly don't remember the value that you were offering.
Chantel,
so you have to keep them on board. Yes.
Just on that, when you say follow-ups of 12 and you do 5, is that to the one individual lead?
That one individual lead, I'm following up 5 times.
5 times.
Yeah. So with Sheridan, if I had to go back, I think there was a Facebook message. I think there was a second Facebook message. I'd have to remember, but I'm just guessing now. Probably a second Facebook message. Answered a question or two, said, can we book a call? I checked she booked the call. Hey, did you find a suitable time? I'm hoping this was you, Sheridan, or it was someone else. But this is the type of stuff I would do. I wouldn't just say, here's the link, choose a time. I'd then go back a day or two later. Hey, just checking back. Did you find a suitable time? Because maybe they didn't, or maybe they got distracted. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Sorry. I mean, I had a lady today who said she couldn't find, I emailed her back and I said, did you find a suitable time? And she couldn't. So she said, no, I can't. So I said, here we go. Let me manually do that for you. So I pushed her through because my process in this moment wasn't suitable to her. So we do need to just be a little bit more customer and outcome focused. Sometimes, you know, I'm all for systems. I'm all for systems and automation and doing that. But sometimes, like, we have to just do the old school thing of customer service. Like, okay, you don't have a suitable time. Yeah, let me help you with that. Let me find a time that works. Okay, so don't throw customer service out the door. So schedule future meetings, agree on some next steps. Sometimes they just want additional information, but even if they want, like I had somebody who said, could you give me a link to your website? Gave them the link to the website. And then a day later, I followed up and I said, may I ask what page you checked out on the website? Do you have any questions? I'm sure you must have some questions. So open-ended questions. Arranging, a suitable time to chat. And again, just following up with care. Like, I follow up with care, but I can get busy and I can get distracted. So I do track my first 5. So I make sure that I'm doing the first 5, because by then they're on my email list. They're going to be nurtured anyway in the email list. They're going to get our email marketing and stuff and re-engaged. But the 5, I make sure that I track. Cool. So remember, face-to-face sales provides a unique opportunity to connect with potential customers. In fact, I'm an online marketing strategist, but you have to do the online stuff. You just have to. It's a great opportunity to build rapport, demonstrate value, address objections, and effectively close deals. And you can increase your chances of selling by just putting that just personal touch into things. And I know Daryl right now will be going, yes, personal touch, you have to. So adapt your techniques to specific products or services, and always prioritize customer-centric approaches. So whilst we want to systemize things, customer-centric approaches. In saying that, I'm just going to say, with something like Sally offering red light therapy and Sheridan offering her skincare, sometimes those customers, when booking appointments, can take the mickey out of you. And because you are dealing with a high appointment setting, sometimes you have to be a bit stricter. But sometimes with the service-based people, sometimes they've actually got to be a bit more relaxed. So I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm making sure that product and service-based a little bit different. B2C and B2B a little bit different as well. B2B is a longer customer journey. B2C is a smaller customer journey. So that's the training today for the the 4 steps of face-to-face selling. We're going to go to our VIP masterclass members now, and they are going to get to put this into action today and make some sales and create some opportunities for our YouTube watchers, or for those of you watching through the blog. In order to join the VIP masterclass, there is a link in the comments below, and then you can be part of the live audience, be part of the Facebook group, part of the community, get feedback, get interaction, get engagement. And I look forward to seeing you in the next masterclass.